So now let's meet on the mat. Today let's start in child's pose. Spread the knees wide. Toes can be together, or if it feels um, better for you to bring the knees in closer together, let them rest wherever it feels good. And allow the torso to fall towards the earth. And you might outstretch the hands or let the hands rest along the body. Feeling this connection here, melting into the earth. Noticing the breath. Feeling supported here. And remembering that this support is always here as we move through challenging postures. Remember our connection with the earth. And know too that we can always return to child's pose at any moment if it feels right. And come to rise, stacking shoulders over wrists, and begin to wake up and open up the body. You might make big circles with the torso clockwise. Really beginning to loosen up the spine and the hips. You might reverse the circles. And come to stillness with shoulders stacked over the wrists. And just beginning to open up the wrists here. You might turn the fingertips of the right hand in towards the knees. And with the left hand, you might play with flipping it and bringing the back of the hand towards the earth, onto the earth. And really being very gentle with yourself right now and exploring just the wrists, really taking it easy. Not trying to push it, but just exploring this opening of the wrists. And then reverse, placing the fingertips, the left hand on the palm with the fingertips towards the knees. And then taking the back of the right hand and placing it on the earth. And you might want to shift the weight so that your weight is shifted more onto the knees so that you're not putting all the weight on your hands, but really just exploring the wrists here. And sit back onto the feet and just play with rolling the wrists here, waking them up. Coming back to all fours. On the inhale, dropping the belly, opening the heart, tailbone towards the sky. And exhale, tuck the tailbone, reach the spine towards the sky, chin towards chest. Really stretching the upper back. Inhale, reversing the pose, inviting movement here with the pose at the rhythm of your own breath, reversing into cow pose, opening the heart once again. And on your exhale, tucking the tailbone and chin towards chest, returning to cat pose. On the next inhale, come to neutral spine. And exhale, reach the right foot out behind as if you're kicking a wall behind you. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach the opposite left hand out in front, lengthening on the inhale. And on the exhale, you may bring the elbow and knee together to touch. And now you can begin once again to move through a flow. On the inhale, lengthening in both directions. And on the exhale, bringing elbow to knee. Moving at your own pace, you might choose to play with balance and staying and breathing with the outstretched foot or outstretched hand, or connecting your cycle of breath with an inhale and an exhale in one position, and then moving through the next position with both an inhale and exhale. You choose your pace. And on your next exhale, place the hand and knee back to neutral on the ground. Inhale, send the left foot out behind. Exhale here. Inhale, right hand out, stretched in front. Breathing. You may return to a flow or stay here. Your choice at your pace. On the exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthening. Inhale, place the hand and knee on the ground. And exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin. Pause for a moment. You might stay here with the hands on the ground or reach the hands behind to clasp at the sacrum. Slightly lifting the hands away from the sacrum. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Place the hands on the ground if they aren't there already. And inhale, slide the heart forward to cobra pose. Baby cobra. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, tuck the toes. Push back, feet to heels. Child's pose with knees together or spread wide. Pause. Just as we pause at the top and the bottom of the breath. Inhale, sliding the hands forward to puppy pose. The palms are grounded, fingertips are wide. And know that this is always an option versus downward facing dog. You can always move through puppy pose. Inhale, bring the shoulders forward and exhale. Tuck the toes and push the seat up and back to downward facing dog. Our first down dog. You might pedal out the feet. You might move the hips from side to side. Do what feels good here. Take a deep bend in the knees. Curl the tailbone towards the sky. Feel that deep bend in the lumbar spine. And maintain that natural curve of the lumbar spine as we move the knees towards straight. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Stack the shoulders to plank pose. Exhale here. Inhale. Now moving through Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows in, lower down to a 90-degree angle. On the exhale and inhale, slide the heart forward and up for upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, push back, downward facing dog, and breathe. Inhale, right leg towards the sky. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, place the left hand on the ground. And exhale, open up, sending right hand to the sky, opening the heart towards the sky for a gentle twist. In the low back, inhale. Exhale, one. Inhale. Exhale, two. Inhale. Exhale, three. Bring the right hand towards the ground. Remember, you can always ground that knee. Right now, let's all ground the knee and come to rise with hands on the top of the thigh, opening the heart and settle the torso down towards the earth, really feeling a stretch in the psoas, the front of the left thigh. You might keep the hand on the thigh or reach the hands towards the sky. Inhale, lifting the crown, and exhale, opening the heart, inviting a back bend in the upper back. Tailbone tucked. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, opening a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise through center. Exhale, straighten that front leg and allow it to slide forward. We might move into half Hanuman, Hanumanasana. If you have blocks, you might grab your blocks. to allow you to sit up tall in Hanumanasana. Inhale, lengthening the crown towards the sky. And exhale, you might find you can slide that foot a little bit deeper, exploring where your edge is and breathing there with kindness. If we notice any judging, again, we might just simply label it and bring ourselves back to this practice, this breath. Inhale and begin to slide that foot back. Step back into downward facing dog. Reach the left leg up to the sky. On the inhale and exhale, step it through. Place the right hand on the ground. And on the inhale, open the heart towards the sky, hand towards sky. Gaze towards sky or fingertips. Focus the gaze. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, bring the hand towards the ground. Exhale, drop the knee. Grounding. Inhale, come to rise. Place hands on the thigh. Lengthening the crown towards the sky. Inhale and exhale. Deepening, pressing the pelvis down towards the earth. And the hands may stay here or reach towards the sky, lengthening the crown on the inhale, and on the exhale, opening the heart. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, rise through center. Exhale, placing the hands on the ground, straightening the left leg. And finding your blocks if you have them, or placing the hands on the ground. It's all good either way. Begin to slide that left foot forward with curiosity, meeting ourselves at our edge. Again, allowing whatever is there to be with kindness and a sense of curiosity. Inhale, lengthening, tall through the spine, and exhale, we might go a little bit deeper. If that is accessible, remaining curious. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale and begin to slide that foot back. Hands on the ground and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left leg towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip, gaze under the armpit. Smile. Inhale, exhale. Step it through to the outside of the left hand to prepare for lizard pose, which is one of my favorites for making myself uncomfortable, if that's what I'm trying to do. So reaching that left foot on the outside, the knee can be lifted or grounded. The hands are on the ground. If we're moving towards lizard pose, begin to bring the forearms down. And you might bring the forearms down to blocks. Or if it's accessible, bringing them down all the way to the ground. Whatever is accessible to you. But finding, once again, your edge. And if you're up on your hands and you might feel some pressure on the wrist, you can always rest on your fists as an option as well. Breathing. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Come to rise. Step the foot back to downward facing dog or puppy pose or child's pose. I'm going to move through puppy pose here. Remembering the breath. It's always there. Whether we're intentional about it or not, it's always there for us, the body breathing, delighting in it right now. Inhale, rise into downward facing dog if you're not there already. Reach the right leg up to the sky and exhale, bend in the knee, open the hips, gaze under the armpit. Inhale, exhale, step it to the outside of the right hand. So lizard pose on the right side. Find where you're going to play, where you're going to explore. Place the hands either remaining on the ground or come down to blocks or the ground on the forearms. Knee may be grounded or lifted. Inhale. Exhale, lengthening the crown, opening the heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come to rise. Back up on the hands. And exhale, step the foot back to down dog or child's pose. Breathe. Inhale, lift the left leg into the sky. Exhale, step it through. Pivot the right foot down, parallel with the back edge of the mat, and cartwheel the hands up for warrior two. Gaze over fingertips. The torso is squared towards the long edge of the mat. Tailbone tucked, strong in the core. Allow the shoulders to fall softly down and away from the ears. Gaze over fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, one. Inhale. Exhale, two. Inhale. Exhale, three. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, pour forward and down, bringing hands to the leg, the ground, or a block, connecting to whatever will allow you to open the heart towards the sky. So even if that means placing the hand up higher on the leg, find your connection with the earth that will allow you to expand and open. Inhale, exhale, one. Inhale, exhale, two. Inhale, exhale, three. Always remembering to focus the gaze. Inhale, exhale, come to rise. Moving back through warrior two. Bring the forearm to the top of the left thigh. Bring right hand out past the ear for Konasana. And the arm can remain on the thigh or bring the hand down to the ground or a block. Inhale. Exhale, one. Inhale. Exhale, two. Inhale. Exhale, three. Inhale. Rise. Exhale, straighten that front leg. Pulling forward once again to Uttita Trikonasana. And this time bringing the right hand outstretched past the ear. And you may stay here or play with liberating that left hand from the ground. Gaze at fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, one. Inhale. Exhale, two. Inhale. Exhale, three. And bringing the hand over and down to place on the hip. And begin to step that right foot in to shift the weight into the left foot. Bring the left hand out at a diagonal in front of the left foot. And you might bring it to the ground or to blocks. We're going to move through Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So you can also find a wall and allow the wall to be a support behind you. So finding where you're going to play, bringing the hand to the ground or to a block in the middle of the room or supported against the wall. Begin to liberate that right foot from the ground, opening the hips, up towards the sky, releasing the hand towards the sky. And the last part is to bring the gaze towards the sky. Breathing, playing at our edge, the practice of returning again and again, returning back to center. If we fall out of it, the practice of returning is the magic of it all. 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, bring the hand and the foot to the ground, folding forward in ragdoll. So, doing what feels good here, allowing gravity to pull us down towards the earth, finding a moment of stillness, or if it feels good to sway, you might grab the elbows and sway from side to side, noticing how the body responds to the breath, how the body breathes itself. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the seat, reach the hands towards the sky in chair pose. And exhale, come to rise, Anjali Mudra and Tadasana. Inhale, reaching the hands towards the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lengthen the crown and the heart halfway. And exhale, step or hop back to downward facing dog. Inhale, I'm just going to swap positions here. Reach the right leg towards the sky. Exhale, step it through and pivot the left foot down, parallel with the back edge of the mat. Cartwheel the hands up for Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Strong in the core, shoulders release away from the ears. Gaze over fingertips. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, pull forward, connecting right hand to the leg, a block, or the ground. Whatever connection will allow you to open the heart towards the sky. Gaze towards the sky or the fingertips. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, come to rise. Exhale, bend in the right knee. Bring hand or arm to the top of the thigh or to a block or the ground for Parsva. Konasana, reaching left hand out past the ear, gaze at fingertips. With our drishti, inhale. Exhale, 1, opening the heart. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale, cartwheel the hands up. Straighten the front leg. Pouring forward once again. And now bringing hand past the ear and staying there while liberating the right hand towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Like you're holding a beach ball. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Cartwheel the hands up once again. And bring the left hand to the hip. Begin to hop that back foot forward to shift the weight into the right foot. Grab your block or your wall or the ground if it's accessible. Shift the weight forward into that right foot and begin to liberate the left foot off of the ground. And sending that foot up towards the sky, opening the hips towards the sky, reaching left hand towards the sky. And the last part is to turn the gaze towards the sky, finding where you are going to play. Where your edge is. Allowing this to be playful and focused and kind. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And release the hand to the ground. Release the foot to the ground. Lengthen the heart forward, halfway, and exhale, bowing in. Inhale. Exhale and begin to walk the feet to the outer edges of the mat and drop the seat. Hanumanasana. With hands in prayer. Remembering our intention. Remembering the breath. Inhale. And you can drop the seat all the way to the earth. Outstretch the legs to prepare for a forward fold, lengthening the crown towards the sky. Inhale and exhale, bowing in. Finding wherever your connection is. Inhale. Exhale, close the eyes. Inhale. Just delighting in the sweetness of the breath right now. Inhale and begin to walk the hands back. Bring the right leg in towards the left thigh for Janushirshasana. Inhale, lengthening the crown towards the sky, and exhale, bowing in with the torso falling in towards the leg. Coming into ourselves, exploring, breathing. Inhale, come to rise. And now exhale, place the left hand on the inside of the left thigh and open the heart towards the sky, the hand reaching towards the sky. And we begin to bring that right hand over past the ear. You may notice a nice stretch in the right hip. Gaze at fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, come to rise. Exhale, lengthen the right foot. Bring the left foot in towards the thigh for Janushirshasana on the opposite side. Inhale, lengthening the crown. And exhale, bowing in, allowing the heart to fall directly over the right leg. You might even use the right hand to push into the right leg to allow some leverage to twist the torso towards the right leg. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, bowing in maybe a little bit deeper. Really using these moments to explore the body and make micro adjustments as the body is calling you to do, and having a sense of curiosity. Getting to know this body in a very intimate way. Inhale, reach the crown towards the sky. Bring the right arm to the inside of the right leg. Reach the left hand towards the sky. You might already begin to feel a stretch in that left hip, the outer left hip. And bring that left hand down to wherever your edge is that will allow you to remain open with the heart opening towards the sky. Inviting a stretch in that left hip. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Gazes at fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, come to rise. Exhale, bring the feet in together and begin to roll down onto the back to prepare for Shavasana. You might take whatever final pose feels good, whether it's a twist or happy baby or headstand, whatever feels right for you to end your practice before moving into Shavasana. Allowing the feet to fall open, the toes, the palms of the hands open towards the sky, relaxing into the earth, letting everything go. And you may stay here in an extended Shavasana. I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you for practicing with me today and with our community with similar aspirations and intentions. May your day be filled with wonder, and may you honor your own goodness and the goodness of others. Namaste.